Okay, so if you're in the HubSpot world, you know it's just jam-packed with features. But there's this one feature that gets a ton of buzz, and it has a pretty hefty price tag to match: AI lead scoring. So today, we're going to dig in and find out if it's really worth the cash.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is this AI-powered predictive lead scoring actually worth the hype? And look, this isn't just some techie debate. We're talking about a decision that could cost your business thousands of dollars a year. So is it a total game changer, or is it just, expensive hype?
And you gotta understand, the stakes here are huge. Why? Well, get this. Studies show that a whopping 50% of the leads you bring in, they're not ready to buy when they first knock on your door. Think about that. That's half your marketing budget, half your effort, potentially just poof, gone. All because you can't tell who's ready to talk business and who's just window shopping.
So that's where lead scoring comes in. It promises to solve that exact 50% problem. The whole idea is pretty simple, really. It's about using data to automatically sort your leads, separating the red-hot ones from the just-looking ones. That way, your sales team isn't wasting time. They're focusing their energy exactly where it's going to count.
Okay, but what is lead scoring really? Think of it like a point system in a video game. It looks at everything a prospect does, what pages they visit on your site, which emails they open, what they download, and it gives them a score. The higher the score, the more leveled up and sales-ready they are. And when you do this right, the impact is, well, it's pretty dramatic. The results really do speak for themselves. You see, when you send a targeted email to a properly nurtured lead, you get around an 8% click-through rate. Compare that to the typical 3% you get from a standard email blast. That's more than double. It's a massive, massive difference in how people are engaging with you. All right, so inside HubSpot, you've got two main ways to do this. There's the old school, do-it-yourself manual way, and then there's the shiny, new, AI-powered predictive way. Let's see how they stack up. Okay, so first, let's talk manual scoring. This is all about rules that you create. You're the one deciding, hey, visiting the pricing page is worth 10 points, or downloading this ebook gets 5 points. You're in complete control. Then you've got predictive scoring. This is totally different. Instead of your rules, it uses HubSpot's AI to look at all your past customer data and predict who's going to be next. It's worth noting, though, you'll need one of the higher tier plans to get access to these. Now, setting up the manual system, well, let's just say you'll want to grab a coffee. It is very hands-on. You've got to dive deep into the settings, create every single rule one by one, assign the points, test it all out with a contact, and then save it. Don't get me wrong, it's powerful, but man, it is a lot of work up front. But the setup for predictive scoring, it's a completely different universe. I mean, it is shockingly simple. All you do is go to your properties, add a couple of fields to your view, and that's it. The AI just takes the wheel and does all the heavy lifting for you in the background. Pretty wild, right? And this is the fuel for that AI engine. Every single page view, every form they fill out, every email they click on, it all adds up to create this incredibly detailed digital footprint for every contact. The AI is like a detective, sifting through thousands and thousands of these clues to find the hidden patterns that scream, this person is going to buy.
Okay, so far, so good. The promise is huge. The AI setup seems like a breeze. But, and this is a big but, now we have to get real. We need to talk about the challenges, because this is where all that hype gets a serious reality check.
Let's just get it out of the way, the price. To even touch HubSpot's predictive scoring, you've got to be on a professional or enterprise plan. And for most folks, that means you're staring down a bill of at least $800 a month. That is not small change. But it's not just about the money. You could have the smartest AI on the planet, but it's only as good as the information you give it. If your CRM data is a mess, duplicate contacts, missing info, inconsistent sales stages, then the AI's predictions are going to be a mess too. It's that classic brutal truth: garbage in, garbage out. And you also have to be aware of the system's blind spots. For one, there's confirmation bias. The AI gets really, really good at finding more leads that look exactly like your current customers, which sounds great, right? But it could totally miss out on a whole new type of customer you haven't discovered yet. Plus, it can only see data that lives inside HubSpot, so it's blind to all the important stuff that might be happening in your other sales or marketing tools. All right, and just when you think you've got it all figured out, HubSpot decides to throw a massive curveball into the mix. There is a huge, mandatory overhaul of the entire scoring system coming in 2025. And believe me, it changes everything.
So you need to pay attention to this timeline. Back on May 1st, they already stopped allowing new manual scoring properties. Then on August 31st, all the old scores just freeze. They stop updating. And then, by the end of 2025, poof, they're gone, deleted for good.
Now, here's the part that really stings, especially for longtime users. There is no automatic way to move from the old system to the new one. So if you've spent years, literally years, tweaking and perfecting your scoring rules, you have to start over, rebuild the whole thing from scratch. Ouch.
And as you can imagine, people are not thrilled. This quote from someone on HubSpot's own community forum just says it all, right? It perfectly captures that feeling of frustration. It's a massive project to take on, and a lot of folks are just, and I think understandably, pretty upset about it.
Okay, so we've looked at the amazing promise, the steep price, the hidden traps, and this painful migration that's coming. So where does that leave us? What is the final verdict? Is this whole AI lead scoring thing in HubSpot actually right for you? First things first, let's talk budget. If that $800 a month price tag just made you spit out your coffee, don't worry, you've got other options. There are great platforms out there like Freshsales or Zoho CRM that offer their own AI scoring for just a fraction of the cost. So if money is the main hurdle, definitely check those out. So here's our final take. The verdict is, it depends. HubSpot's AI scoring is probably worth it if, and these are big ifs, you're already paying for a pro or enterprise plan for other reasons, and this is the most important part, you have tons of clean, organized data. But you should really think twice if lead scoring is the only thing pushing you to upgrade, or if you look at your CRM and know deep down that it's a mess that needs a major cleanup. And really, that brings us back to the most important question of all, the one you need to ask yourself. This whole decision isn't really about HubSpot's fancy tech, it's about your foundation. AI isn't some magic wand you can wave, it's more like a high-performance engine, and it needs clean fuel to run. So before you write that check, you've got to be honest with yourself and ask, is my data clean enough to even power this thing?